新年快乐。
Well, it's a great privilege for me to see many friends, Chinese friends, brothers and sisters, Hu Pong and Hu Ho, and then quite few of you that I have met before also. So it's so good to see all of you again tonight. Thank you for coming.
我非常荣幸的看到很多朋友今天过来，包括这个中国的朋友，有一些是我熟悉的，包括胡平先生跟破空先生，我非常的感谢你们的到来。
Some of the eminent Chinese brothers and sisters who are here, and also I see quite a few young, Chinese, boys and girls who have come here. So it's a good mix of brothers and sisters that I see today.
我看到有很多这个在我们社区里面很有声望的一些代表，今天到来，然后还有一些是年轻的朋友也有到来。那我们今天有一个就是很好的一个群体，就是说有各种不同的这个人群到今天这个的活动来，我感到非常高兴。
As mentioned by our Chinese liaison officer, Sudim Yadullah, he's a young guy, and we also have here Kungwa Tashila, who is a former secretary of the Central Tibet Administration and also the former Chinese liaison officer in Washington D.C. office.
今天到来的还有这个慈诚嘉措先生，他是现在的这个华人西藏办公室的华人联络员，还有这个我们以前的这个尊敬的华人联络员贡嘎扎西先生，他也是这个西藏驻美国的一个代表。
It shows that liaising with the Chinese brothers and sisters is a priority with His Holiness Dalai Lama and the Central Tibet Administration. That's why we have one after another in the Office of Tibet. And at the same time, as Suji mentioned, now the Tibetan Association in New York, New Jersey has also appointed one Chinese liaison officer within their organization. So this actually tells how important we consider this relationship building with the Chinese brothers and sisters.
这个说明就是尊者达赖喇嘛本人，还有包括这个西藏流亡办公室对于这个跟华人社区联络的一种重视。所以包括这个慈诚嘉措先生之前提到的，说我们现在在纽约还有新泽西现在都有，就是我们自己的这个华人联络员，这都说明尊者他还有包括西藏流亡政府对于这个华人社区这个保持联络的一种重视。
Our main objective is to educate the Chinese brothers and sisters in diaspora as well as in mainland that the Tibetan administration and His Holiness Dalai Lama has always stood for bringing a resolution to the Tibet-China problem through the middle way approach, through the dialogue, and through talk.
就是说我们这些组织的这个目的就是要跟在流亡当中的华人，还有包括在中国的华人都保持一个长久的联系，然后我们希望通过达赖喇嘛尊者他的一个这个中间道路的这个方针来试图解决西藏问题。
The middle way approach is that the Tibetans claim for independence and the present state of affairs in Tibet, which is very repressive. So both these are, the present state of affairs is not acceptable to the Tibetan people, and the independent claim is not acceptable to the Chinese government. So in between, what the middle way proposes is the autonomy, the genuine autonomy for the Tibetan people to preserve their culture, language, and identity. So this stand, we have been having this for last more than 40 years now.
我们之所以遵从尊者他的这个中间道路的原因，是因为就是说中国政府呢，它不接受西藏人对于独立的这个诉求。那么另外一方面呢，西藏人也不能够接受现行的中国政府在西藏所施行的这种压迫的这种政策。那么这个中间道路呢，就是一种这个中间道路的诉求是代表西藏人希望能够在现行的这个环境下面保持他们的这个语言文化和他们的这个自我的认同。
So elder Chinese brothers and sisters, these eminent people there, they know about it. And however, the younger brothers and sisters, we wanted to reassure that this is our stand. And at the same time, we'd like to request that this information, this state of affairs should be made as widely as possible, particularly in the mainland China. Because the Chinese government always provides disinformation and misinformation about the Tibetan stand for the middle way policy.
OK，就是说我们想要去把这个信息传播出去，让更多的人知道，就是说我们的立场到底是什么？特别是年轻的人，还有不知道西藏人真正的他们的立场是什么？因为尤其是在中国大陆，有很多这个错误跟虚假的宣传。他们在中国大陆的人，他们不知道我们的立场到底是什么，所以我们想要让我们的这个声音让更多人知道。
In a way, we are all victims of the authoritative repression of the Chinese government. You yourself and we, now the Hong Kong people and the Uyghur people, all of us are victims, except that we have been victims for a long, long time.
事实上，某种意义上，我们都是中国现行的这个政府的受害者，包括现在这个香港的同胞，还有这个维族的同胞，在新疆的维族的同胞，只不过呢，就是说我们可能作为受害者的这个时间来讲更加久一点。
So all of us know now what the communist regime in Beijing is doing, not only for all of us, but also to the threat. It's a kind of threat to the whole global peace and whole world.
我们都知道北京现行的政府他们的这个施行的这个政策是什么样，这种压迫的政策是什么样的？他们而且不仅仅对于他的人民是一种压迫，而且他对于世界的和平也是一种威胁。
There are threats to the peace, freedom, human rights, and democracy.
他们是对于和平、自由还有民主的一种威胁。
We have observed our people, our brothers and sisters in Hong Kong. 2 million people came into the streets. They protested. They're still protesting. Uyghur people, almost 2 million people that are put in concentration camp. And then the Tibetan story is totally cracked down by the Chinese communist regime that it is difficult for them to even move.
OK， 我们现在看到，在香港，有200万的这个同胞，在上街游行，然后在新疆呢，有差不多200万的这个人民被放到了这个集中营里面，然后我们在西藏的这个故事，这么久以来都受到压制，不允许我们的这个故事被人所知。 那么这些都是中国共产党这个被中共所统治的政府的所作所为。
The whole world, as all of us know, now are focusing on what China is doing. So the world has actually got awakened that the Chinese policy, Chinese government policy, is to slowly control the whole world. That's Xi Jinping's ambition.
但是呢，现在整个世界都已经在觉醒，他们在意识到，这个中国共产党这个政府他们是在做什么，包括这个习近平他个人的这个野心，他想要控制整个世界。
Today, in the Australian Broadcasting Corporation (ABC) news report, said that in Fudan University in Shanghai, they have changed the rule of the university, took away the freedom of thought, and said that you have to remember the Xi Jinping's thought instead. So the students started to protest.
这个澳洲就最近澳洲的广播电台他们有报道，这个复旦大学是中国很有名的一个大学，他们改变了他们学校的这个学校的规则，把这个自由的思想把它给去掉了，所代之的是要这个学习习近平的思想。
So it can be fairly concluded that the Communist Party of China has no other interest but to remain in power, even if it comes to your own people, your own students, they will come heavy-handedly on them if you try to speak something against the party.
这就表明这个中国共产党的政府呢，他们即使是对自己的人民、自己的学生，他们也不惜用任何方式，下重手的方式来维持他们的这个统治。他们对其他的事情并没有兴趣，唯一的兴趣就是说，他们要维持他们自己的统治。
The leaders from the student movement in 1989, they will know for sure. And now I just wanted to say that there is an opportunity for all of us to fight against China, Chinese evil design. Together, we have to make sure that that regime doesn't stay long, because it is only for 90 million Communist Party cadres. There are more than 1 billion Chinese people, right? So their interest is more important than the 90 million.
就是说，这个8、9学运的学生他们知道，那我们也应该知道，就是说我们必须要就是团结起来，然后努力让这个北京这个共产党的政府不让他们存在更久的时间，因为呢，中国共产党他们事实上里面只有1900万的党员而中国的人民超过了这个10亿人的人民，所以这个10亿人民的这个他们的幸福、他们的利益更加重要。
2-3 days back, there was a democratic presidential, debate in Los Angeles, and there was a question about the Uyghur Xinjiang people, and whole China became totally blank. They were not given opportunity to see that. So what this tells us is that we have to work from our side to let the people in China know more about what is happening around the world.
几天以前呢，在洛杉矶举行了一个民主党的一个辩论。那么，当他们提到这个新疆维族人的问题的时候，这一段整个在中国就是没有办法被看到、被屏蔽了。那么所以说， 这些世界里面发生的这些声音，在中国没有办法看到，那所以我们需要发出更多的声音，让人们知道，这个真实的情况。
Just as I feel very strongly, worried about my brothers and sisters, Tibetans in Tibet, but now I started to feel sorry for the Chinese brothers and sisters living in China, mainland China, because there is no freedom.
我对于在中国西藏朋友非常的忧虑，对他们的现状非常的担忧。但是现在我对于在中国大陆的中国的朋友也非常的担忧，因为他们在中国现行体制下面完全没有自由。
So all of us needs to work harder, intensify our activities. Many of you who are, pro-democracy and then working for freedom. So we all have to work together and more aggressively.
所以我们所有人都应该更加的努力，为这个民主的运动而奋斗。我们要更加的就是。
And particularly the young Chinese brothers and sisters who are like my sons and daughters, you have a big responsibility to really free the people in China. Now is a age of social media, right? So this is one very effective tool to make the people understand what is going in other parts of the world.
尤其是中国的这些年轻的朋友，你们就好像是我的儿子跟女儿一样，我希望你们可以就是做更多的事情，来特别是利用社交媒体，这是一个对这个传播信息非常有效的一个工具。我希望你们可以更多的发出声音。
Of course, I like to thank our senior brothers and sisters who have supported us for a long time, who have written, great articles, sent information into the, in China and to the world. His Holiness Dalai Lama always quotes your write-ups, your information, your opinion about the Dalai Lama's stand, and at the same time, what is happening inside Tibet.
还有包括这些老一代的中国的这些朋友，他们这么多年来一直通过写文章的方式，还有其他的方式来发出他们的声音，发出他们对我们的支持。尊者达赖喇嘛本人经常也会引用他们写的文章，他们所说的话。
Few weeks ago, one young Tibetan who is 24 years old, he passed away. He died through the self-immolation. Again, a demonstration of the frustration and desperation and the dire situation that's taking place in Tibet.
之前有一个24、25岁的一个年轻的西藏人，他又是用这个自焚的方式来表示抗议，来表示对在现在西藏的这个非常危险的一个情况的一个抗议。
So towards the end, I just wanted to thank our Tibetan Association of New York, New Jersey President and the board members, Tibetan Youth Congress President, and the many others who have joined us today for this evening. And last time when we were in Toronto, we came up with one slogan, which is Free Tibet, Free Hong Kong, Free Xinjiang, and Free China. Thank you, 谢谢。